Your cat's mouth is rotting right now, and you have no idea. By age 3, over 70% of cats already have gum inflammation and tartar spreading bacteria silently into their bloodstream. Most owners only find out when the cat stops eating, or the vet bill hits 4 digits. But here's what nobody tells you. The fix may already be in your kitchen. 15 things, most of them almost free, that help fight dental disease from the inside out. One of them, most owners throw away every single week. And don't skip number 8 because it shocks almost every cat owner. Let's start with something simple, the coconut oil. Most people think coconut oil is a cooking trend. For your cat's mouth, it's something completely different. It contains lauric acid, a compound that doesn't mask bacteria. It destroys them. It ruptures the cell membrane of the exact microbes that cause gum disease. A 1/4 teaspoon mixed into food. That's the entire dose. Most cats don't even notice it's there. Here's what surprises people. It also reduces existing gum inflammation. So for cats already showing early redness, this isn't just prevention. It's already working. And be honest. When did you last actually think about what's happening inside your cat's mouth? Most owners never do until it's too late. The bacteria in plaque survive by sticking together in a film. What comes next breaks that film apart in a way lauric acid alone cannot. The parsley. Every week people chop parsley, use 2 sprigs, and throw the rest away. If you have a cat, stop doing that. Fresh parsley contains chlorophyll, one of the most powerful natural antibacterials that exists. It doesn't just neutralize bad breath, it reduces the total bacterial load in the mouth. Less bacteria means less plaque. Less plaque means healthier gums. Half a teaspoon finely chopped, stirred into wet food 3 times a week. Think about how simple this is. You've been throwing away something that could protect your cat's mouth every single week without knowing it. One morning, curly parsley only. Spring onion looks almost identical and is toxic to cats. Check the label before you chop. Parsley works on the surface. The next ingredient works deeper, rebuilding the tissue from the inside. The bone broth. When bones simmer for hours, they release gelatin. Gelatin is a direct precursor to collagen. And the gums? Almost entirely collagen. When gum tissue breaks down, that's collagen loss happening at the cellular level. Bone broth gives the body raw material to rebuild what's already been damaged. 2 tablespoons over dry kibble or mixed into wet food. Must be unsalted. Store-bought broths are often dangerously high in sodium for cats. Here's what gets most owners. Their cat has been losing gum tissue for months, quietly, invisibly. And something this simple could have been slowing it down the entire time. This one isn't just prevention. For cats already showing early gum recession, it's actively repairing tissue while they eat. The next ingredient targets the inflammation driving that damage in the first place. Sardines in water. Cats love sardines. That part you knew. What you didn't know is why they're specifically powerful for what's happening inside your cat's mouth. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, directly interrupt the inflammatory cycle that destroys gum tissue. Gum disease isn't just bacteria. It's the immune response to bacteria that tears the tissue apart. Omega-3s calm that response down. A 2019 study in veterinary medicine and science found omega-3 supplementation measurably reduced gingival inflammation in cats over 16 weeks. 1 small sardine in water, not oil, not brine, once or twice a week. Mash it in. Your cat was telling you what they needed. You just didn't know it had a second job. Sardines reduce inflammation. The next ingredient starves the bacteria causing it. Plain probiotic yogurt. The bacterial problem in your cat's mouth isn't just about bad bacteria. It's about balance. Probiotic strains, lactobacillus specifically, compete directly with the harmful bacteria that form plaque. When beneficial colonies are strong, harmful ones can't dominate. Scientists call this competitive exclusion. A 2016 paper in Archives of Oral Biology found probiotic supplementation measurably reduced plaque-causing bacteria in oral samples within 30 days. 1 teaspoon of plain unsweetened yogurt, 3 times a week, 30 days. That's all it took in the research. Most owners spend years watching their cat's breath get worse, not knowing 1 teaspoon 3 times a week could change the entire bacterial environment. No xylitol. Check the label every single time. That ingredient is fatal to cats. Probiotics balance the bacteria. The next ingredient breaks down what's already there. Raw carrot. This one sounds strange. It works. Raw carrot grated finely and mixed into food acts as a mechanical abrasive during chewing, essentially a natural toothbrush working from inside the meal. The fibrous texture disturbs early biofilm before it hardens into plaque. Carrots also deliver beta-carotene, which converts to vitamin A. Vitamin A maintains the mucous membranes lining the gums. Weak membranes bleed and allow bacteria in. Strong ones form a barrier. 1 tablespoon of finely grated raw carrot in 1 meal a day. Most cats don't refuse it when it's buried in their food. Your cat's bowl has been missing a toothbrush this whole time. This is the closest thing to one that actually works from the inside. And now, number 8. The one I told you about at the start. Turmeric. Most vets never mention this. The ones who know about it use it themselves. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has been studied against the exact oral bacteria responsible for plaque formation and gum disease in cats. The results are not subtle. It disrupts bacterial cell walls and reduces inflammation simultaneously. But here is what makes this one dangerous if you get it wrong. The dose. A single pinch, literally the amount that fits on the tip of a toothpick, mixed thoroughly into wet food twice a week maximum. At this level, it's safe and effective. Even slightly more can disrupt digestion. Here's what should stop you. This has been sitting in your spice rack the entire time, costing nothing, doing nothing, while your cat's gums quietly paid the price. The yellow staining it leaves? Your cat's teeth don't care. The bacteria do. That tiny pinch fights inflammation and bacteria at once. The next ingredient works on the surface. Every single night while your cat sleeps. Raw honey. 1 drop. Not a teaspoon, not mixed into food. 1 drop, placed directly on the gum line, once a week. Raw honey contains hydrogen peroxide, methylglyoxal, and B-defensin 1, compounds with documented antimicrobial activity against over 60 species of bacteria, including several that colonize the feline mouth directly. Placing it on the gum line bypasses digestion entirely. The compounds reach the tissue that needs them immediately. Most owners hear honey for cats and immediately dismiss it. That dismissal has a cost, and their cat's gum tissue is paying it. 2 rules that are not optional. Raw only. Pasteurization destroys the active compounds completely, and 1 drop, honey, is sugar, and more is never better for a cat. 1 drop, once a week, directly on the gum. The next ingredient comes from your spice rack, but only one specific type. Get the wrong one, and it's toxic. Cinnamon. This is the one where the type is not optional. Ceylon cinnamon only, not cassia, not the standard kind at most grocery stores. Cassia cinnamon contains high levels of coumarin, toxic to cats even in small amounts. Ceylon cinnamon contains almost none. This distinction is the difference between helpful and harmful. Ceylon cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, studied directly against Streptococcus mutans, the primary bacteria responsible for plaque and gum disease. A 2011 study found it effective at reducing these bacteria in oral environments. 1 small pinch, less than 1/8 of a teaspoon, into wet food once a week. Check your jar right now. If it just says cinnamon with no origin, that's probably cassia. Don't use it for your cat. Check the label. Buy Ceylon specifically. Every time, cinnamon fights bacteria chemically. The next ingredient does it mechanically, the way cats were designed for. Raw chicken neck. This is the one that makes people nervous. It shouldn't. In the wild, cats don't get dental disease at the rate domestic cats do. The reason is mechanical. Tearing through raw meat and bone scrapes tooth surfaces continuously, preventing biofilm from ever forming. Raw chicken necks are soft enough for cats to chew safely. Raw bones flex. Cooked bones splinter. That difference is not negotiable. Never cooked, only raw. One raw chicken neck once or twice a week, offered as a separate meal. Domestication gave your cat a bowl and quietly took away the one thing that kept their teeth clean for thousands of years. This gives it back. The chewing action does more for tartar prevention than almost anything else on this list. The next ingredient works from a completely different angle, inside the bloodstream. Vitamin C. Cats produce their own vitamin C, so most owners assume supplementation is pointless. That assumption is quietly damaging their cat's gums. Under chronic stress or poor diet, internal vitamin C production drops significantly, and vitamin C is the primary cofactor for collagen synthesis. No collagen synthesis means no gum tissue repair. The gums thin, recede, and bacteria move in. Indoor cats carry more chronic stress than most owners realize. Strangers, loud sounds, disrupted routines. Every one of those moments quietly drains vitamin C production, and the gums absorb the damage. Sodium ascorbate specifically, not ascorbic acid, which is too harsh for cats. 25 milligrams mixed into food every other day. Vitamin C rebuilds gum tissue. The next ingredient removes what's already destroying it. Apple cider vinegar. Undiluted ACV for a cat is harmful. Diluted correctly, completely different story. Harmful oral bacteria in cats thrive in alkaline environments. ACV is mildly acidic. Introducing it disrupts that environment without damaging enamel at proper dilution. The ratio is critical, 1 part ACV to 10 parts water. From that mixture, add half a teaspoon into food, not into water, not directly into the mouth, once every 3 days maximum. 2 benefits from one ingredient at one careful dose. The bacteria lose their preferred environment. The digestive system gets support. Your cat notices nothing. The results are not subtle. It also supports digestive health, which influences the bacterial composition in saliva further upstream. The next ingredient stops bacteria from mineralizing into tartar, the stage where only a vet can help. Raw pumpkin seeds. Zinc is the mineral most directly linked to plaque suppression in dental research, and raw pumpkin seeds are one of the richest natural sources of bioavailable zinc that exists. A study in the Journal of Clinical Periodontology found zinc ions actively inhibit the calcification process that turns soft plaque into hard tartar. Once plaque hardens, brushing cannot touch it. Professional cleaning under anesthesia is the only option. That 4-digit vet bill mentioned at the start? Zinc is part of what prevents it. Half a teaspoon twice a week. That's the entire cost, raw and ground only. Roasted seeds lose zinc through heat. Whole seeds pass through undigested. Half a teaspoon of freshly ground raw pumpkin seeds over food twice a week. And the last one, nobody sees this coming. Green tea. Green tea for a cat sounds like a joke. The research disagrees. Green tea contains EGCG, Epigallocatechin gallate, one of the most studied antimicrobial compounds in nutritional science. A study in Archives of Oral Biology found green tea catechins significantly reduced Porphyromonas gingivalis, the primary bacteria responsible for advanced periodontal disease in cats. The preparation is everything. 1 weak tea bag in 250 milliliters of water, cooled completely. Then dilute again, 1 part tea to 3 parts water. Add 1 tablespoon of this final solution to wet food twice a week maximum. Most people read green tea and move on. The owners who don't, their cats' mouths tell the difference within weeks. Caffeine is toxic to cats at high doses. At this dilution, the caffeine is negligible. The EGCG is not. The next ingredient physically prevents them from sticking to the teeth. Kelp powder, seaweed. For a cat's teeth, stay with me. Ascophyllum nodosum, a specific brown seaweed, has been studied directly for dental disease in companion animals. A study in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association found it significantly reduced tartar buildup over 8 weeks. Follow-up research in cats showed the same pattern. The mechanism: specific compounds in the seaweed inhibit the bacterial enzymes that allow plaque to adhere to tooth enamel. The bacteria simply cannot stick as well. A quarter teaspoon of food-grade kelp powder mixed into food 3 times a week. 8 weeks, that's how fast this works, and almost nobody is using it. Kelp stops plaque from forming. The next ingredient breaks down what's already there. 15 ingredients, most of them already in your kitchen. Right now, count how many you already have at home and drop that number in the comments. Just a number. And if your cat is already showing signs, bad breath, pawing at the mouth, eating slower than usual, don't wait for the vet bill. Your cat cannot tell you their mouth hurts. They never will. But every day you don't act is another day they're dealing with it alone. You know what to add to that bowl tonight. Go do it.